Hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here, back with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, my friends, we have some crazy information to talk about. So basically, Jeff Grubb, if you know who he is, pretty much every single thing that the man says comes true because of the fact that he is very much so locked in with a bunch of employees that work at various console manufacturers and gaming divisions of Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. So he gets a lot of his information. It's always usually like 99.9% legit. There's hardly any times I can think of that Jeff Grubb's actually been completely wrong or hasn't even been close to something. He's usually either right on the money or very, very close to it. So basically, what Jeff Grubb had to say was that the Nintendo Switch behind Phil Spencer during these interviews and these different things that Phil Spencer showing up in people's videos and different things, talking, people having discussions and stuff. Basically, he has a whole backdrop behind him. And we know that all this stuff has meant something, but a lot of people thought it was just, because they bring Cuphead, they bring a couple other games to the Nintendo Switch, that's the extent of it. But Jeff Grubb's basically saying, no, that's not true. There's more stuff to be brought to the table, to the Nintendo Switch from Xbox. And like Nintendo Prime said, if you don't know who Nintendo Prime is, a very great Nintendo YouTuber, he basically said that he thinks that this has to do something with the next-gen games coming out of Bethesda or coming out of all these Microsoft studios, maybe hitting the Switch via xCloud. And the thing is I never really thought about that because they're not going to be able to get these games to run on a Switch. It's just not physically possible with the amount of horsepower the Switch has versus something like an Xbox Series X. It's like literally over 10 times the power. So they're not going to be able to get it to run properly. But if they do bring xCloud over, they could just stream the games right onto the Nintendo Switch and have Gamepass as basically like a subscription service on on Nintendo's platform, and Nintendo would probably be okay with this. We know that Microsoft and Nintendo actually like each other, or so it seems. They definitely don't have anything against each other from the outside looking in from our point of view. It seems like they're always talking very highly of each other, especially Phil Spencer talking about Nintendo. He said they're basically a treasure and that they need to be protected and all sorts of great stuff he said about them last year. I thought all that was very, very impressive that he would say that, especially working for a competing console manufacturer, because whether you look at it that way or not, the Switch is somewhat of a competitor to the Xbox Series X and S, especially the Series S being at the same price point. So you have to wonder, is this going to happen? Is xCloud actually going to appear on the Nintendo Switch? Would you buy it? I know I would. I know I would definitely buy a subscription to Game Pass. Currently, I do not have one, but I do plan on getting one in the future. Right now, I've been playing so many games on my PS5, I just haven't even had any time to think about an Xbox Series X or Game Pass. I really do hope something like this happens. I think it'd be completely incredible to see it because, let's be realistic here, the Switch's power is only going to get worse, everybody. Even for people who buy a Switch Pro, because we know that's pretty much guaranteed to come out, it's still not going to be powerful enough to play the next Elder Scrolls, most likely. It's still not going to be powerful enough to play the next Doom. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be, we don't know, but basically Nintendo's not going to leave all those people in the dark. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to be like, oh, these games are Switch Pro only, maybe to download their Switch Pro only games, but to just have them overall, they're probably going to want them on both. So that's why I think xCloud makes the most sense. If they can get these games to run on the inevitable Switch Pro, then maybe they will make those exclusive to download and play offline, like I said. But I definitely think that the idea of them just making it exclusive to the higher end Switch is definitely not going to happen. We know Nintendo's going to try to prolong the life of the Switch, and this is the absolute best way to do it. I have not considered this before, but truthfully speaking, there's no better way to preserve the lifespan of the Nintendo Switch than giving it an entire different console's games. Could you imagine the amount of Game Pass subscribers? Xbox is no longer looking at their console as console exclusivity. They're looking at Game Pass exclusivity. Can we get people to play these games on a phone? Can we get people to play these games anywhere? They want to make it basically like a Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch would work way better than one of those dedicated gaming controllers that go around your phone. God forbid someone calls you and you're just hurry up trying to get out of the game, trying to pull that thing off your phone. It's like a nightmare. So having an actual dedicated Switch with, I'll admit it, Joy-Cons that aren't great, still is definitely, in my opinion, a step up from the situation that you have going on right now with Game Pass on an Android phone or something like that. I definitely think that this is a great idea, and I really, really, really hope that Nintendo considers it. I don't know how Nintendo's going to be. I know they've treated Microsoft nicely in the past. We know this for a fact, but you seriously wonder how they're going to be about this. I know for a fact Sony is playing hardball with Microsoft. They wouldn't even wish them. Microsoft said, congratulations to your console being released on Twitter, and Well, Sony didn't even respond. A couple people from Sony actually responded, but it wasn't the official Sony account. So basically, it's like, they're just, you could tell there's some friction there and that they don't like each other. You could just definitely tell. But so I definitely don't think that xCloud or, I guess, Game Pass as a whole would ever, or Game Pass Ultimate, come to the PlayStation. Definitely don't see that as a possibility. I really don't. But I want to hear what you all think about this in the comments section below. I think that this is an absolutely great idea. Please, Nintendo, or somebody who works for Nintendo, if you watch this video, very, very unlikely considering we get like 20 views. But if you watch this video and you work for Nintendo, I really think that this is a great financial decision for both Microsoft and Nintendo. And I think it will definitely steer people towards a Switch, and it'll definitely steer people towards an Xbox Series X when they play these games on a Switch stream and they go, wow, I'd love to play this game, without streaming it. Maybe it'll be like a taste tester for people, because a lot of people don't like game streaming. So if they can get it on game streaming, then they may say, you know what, I'm going to buy a Series X, or I'm going to buy a gaming PC, and I'm going to play these games natively, and I'm going to play them on the hardware at hand here, and it's just going to be an absolutely great time. Maybe that's what they're trying to go for here. I don't know. Maybe not. All right. We know the statue on Phil Spencer's desk about the Kojima situation was probably true. I hope I said that right. But we know that Jeff Grubb has also confirmed that that's probably going to happen based on some lawyers he knows, something like that, some paperwork being filed, all sorts of stuff like that. So, like I said, I guess for the third time I'm going to say that's all I have to say in this video, but I'm really, really, really excited about this, and I hope this definitely becomes a reality. I think this is a future we need to live in, where Nintendo and Xbox are teaming up together. This would be absolutely great, everybody. Let me know down below, like I said. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear anything you have to say about this. And as always, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment down below, like I said. Tell me what you think about this. Subscribe to the channel for more gaming news, and I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Jimmy out of here.